Which has life? When we think about space exploration, the question that always comes to mind is undoubtedly whether there's life somewhere in space. But when we consider the gigantic distances separating planets from our world, and the enormous travel times that seem impossible, it might appear that we won't find the answer to that question, at least in the short term. However, what if I told you that the possibility of life might be closer than we imagine? That is to say, there are places within the solar system that could harbor life. In this video, we'll analyze 5 places within the solar system where extraterrestrial life has a higher probability of existing. Without a doubt, the discovery of life beyond our planet would be the greatest scientific achievement of our times. It doesn't matter if that life were animal, microbial, or even if it were just traces of past life, it would still be a milestone in space exploration. It would be the first evidence of extraterrestrial life ever found. The issue is that finding that life would have been impossible with the technology available until a few years ago. But recently, the newest discoveries on some nearby celestial bodies, the development of new state-of-the-art telescopes, and advancements in the application of artificial intelligence to process unimaginable amounts of data in mere seconds allow us to state that we are closer than ever to finding life beyond our planet. With all these advances as a species, the question now is, where should we look? Although the James Webb Telescope has discovered exoplanets where conditions for life are promising, our current technology won't allow us to confirm our suspicions for several years. So, we will focus our search within our own solar system. Let's start with Venus. The extreme conditions on the surface of Venus are truly incompatible with life. Its temperatures are the highest among the planets in the solar system, exceeding 400 degrees Celsius. Moreover, its dense atmosphere holds high concentrations of carbon dioxide, which maintains the greenhouse effect that preserves its high temperatures. So, if Venus is so unsuitable for life, why are we talking about it? What's happening is that, in 2020, scientists announced the discovery of phosphine in Venus's atmosphere. Phosphine can be produced by biological processes, such as in the guts of some animals and in anaerobic environments. This discovery sparked great interest in the scientific community because, on Earth, phosphine is rare and linked to biological activities. This fueled the hopes of those who saw Venus as a viable place for the development of extraterrestrial life forms. However, the mere presence of phosphine in the Venusian atmosphere isn't a direct confirmation of extraterrestrial life. Several alternative explanations for the presence of this compound on Venus have been proposed, which don't necessarily involve biological processes, such as unknown chemical reactions or extreme atmospheric conditions. Currently, the possibility of life on Venus is still being studied, but with much greater caution. New exploration missions are being developed, and possibly in the coming years, we will have more information that allows us to unveil the mysteries of the Venusian atmosphere. Now let's move on to Titan. Titan is Saturn's largest moon and one of the most intriguing places in our solar system due to its dense and hazy atmosphere, unique geological features, and the presence of lakes and rivers of liquid hydrocarbons on its surface. These factors create a complex environment filled with elements that make it plausible to consider the possibility of hosting some form of exotic life. Let's delve into the details. Its atmosphere is mostly composed of nitrogen, much like Earth's. Additionally, it contains traces of methane and other gases. This combination of elements could be relevant for chemical processes and potentially for an alternative form of biological chemistry. Titan boasts lakes and seas of liquid on its surface, but instead of water, they're primarily composed of methane and ethane. While these hydrocarbons aren't typical biological solvents, some scientists have speculated about the possibility of life forms based on a chemistry different from Earth's existing in these liquids. Similar to Earth's water cycle, Titan has a methane cycle. Methane evaporates from the lakes and seas, forms clouds, and precipitates as rain, creating rivers and liquid channels that carve the surface. This cycle could provide a potentially dynamic environment and a source of energy for biological processes. This rich organic chemistry could serve as a foundation for the formation of more complex molecular structures necessary for life. While these factors are intriguing, when considering habitability conditions, we must acknowledge that if any form of life exists on Titan, it's expected to be vastly different from life on Earth. Given the lack of liquid water and extremely cold temperatures, any life form would have to have developed unique adaptations to survive in this environment. Future missions are already in the process of development to further investigate the actual conditions on Titan. The Dragonfly mission by NASA, scheduled to explore Titan in 2027, is a case in point. Thus, we'll have to wait for future updates on this captivating place in our solar system. Now, let's visit an old acquaintance, Mars. When we think of extraterrestrial life, our minds automatically journey to the red planet, Mars. Despite being a cold and desert-like world today, it offers certain conditions that might have been more favorable for life in the past or that could allow the existence of microscopic life forms in the present. Geological evidence and surface features suggest that Mars had liquid water in its distant past. Dry riverbeds, canyons, and deposits of clay minerals suggest the presence of ancient bodies of water. Mars hosts a variety of minerals, including those containing essential chemical elements for life, such as phosphorus and nitrogen. While the Martian atmosphere is much thinner than Earth's, it contains carbon dioxide and traces of other gases. In some regions, atmospheric pressure and temperature could be suitable enough to allow the presence of liquid water for short periods. Furthermore, Mars's atmosphere provides some protection against cosmic radiation that other celestial bodies lack. Despite these factors, Mars is the most studied extraterrestrial planet by humans. In recent years, it has been the target of exploration missions by most international and private space agencies. Despite these efforts, we haven't yet found any evidence of ancient or present life. But there is still much left to study on this fascinating planet, and the hope of uncovering its secrets persists. Now, let's move on to Europa. Europa is the sixth natural satellite and the least bright of Jupiter. Discovered by Galileo in 1610, it has captivated scientists and dreamers alike. It is now known to have an intriguing subsurface ocean. Despite its apparent icy stillness, it's believed that beneath its frozen surface lies a vast liquid sea. The combination of a warm liquid ocean, geothermal heat sources, and potentially present organic compounds on the Moon could create an environment conducive to certain forms of life. Some theories suggest the existence of microorganisms, tiny microscopic life forms, similar to bacteria or microbes, that could adapt to Europa's extreme conditions. Chemiosynthetic organisms, like some life forms on Earth, that don't rely on sunlight for energy. There could also be extremophiles, thriving in extreme environments such as the depths of the ocean or high-pressure, high-temperature environments. Or even hydrogen-based life forms. In fact, some scientists have speculated about the possibility of life forms that could use hydrogen instead of oxygen for their metabolism. While less likely, some scientists don't rule out the possibility of Earth-like life forms existing in the depths of Europa, adapted to the unique conditions of the environment. However, there's an even more promising candidate than Europa. I'm referring to Enceladus. This moon of Saturn has gained recent importance, and rightfully so. The presence of water geysers on this satellite suggests the possibility of a subsurface ocean, warmth, and suitable conditions for microbial life. Additionally, NASA's Cassini mission detected organic molecules in the geysers, adding another intriguing element. And if we add to this that recently phosphorus was discovered in particles ejected by the water geysers, formed on Enceladus's surface, then interest in the scientific community soared due to the potential implications for habitability and the existence of biological processes. How significant is the presence of phosphorus on Enceladus? Well, let me explain. The presence of phosphorus, alongside liquid water, creates an environment conducive to the formation of organic molecules and potentially life. Additionally, the presence of phosphorus could be an indication of prebiotic chemical processes on the Moon. These processes could have occurred before the emergence of life, setting the stage for the evolution of life forms in the future. The conditions on this celestial body could form a natural laboratory where life might originate and persist. Scientists on Enceladus would be truly fascinated to have this environment at their disposal for study. Currently, several missions are in development to explore these destinations within our solar system and beyond our neighborhood. New telescopes have provided promising information about exoplanets that might have conditions conducive to life. But that will be a topic for another video. When do you think we'll find the definitive scientific evidence of extraterrestrial life? Or do you believe we are the only place in space where life exists? Write to me in the comments of this video. If you enjoyed the video content, please consider giving it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to keep receiving fascinating content. I'm sure you'll also enjoy these upcoming videos. See you in the next video.